Reading about brain health can be incredibly enriching. Here's a list of 50 must-read books that cover a wide range of topics related to brain health, including neuroscience, mental wellness, aging, and cognitive enhancement. The Brain That Changes Itself, by Norman Doidge, explores neuroplasticity and the brain's ability to reorganize itself. Brain Rules, by John Medina, offers insights into how the brain works best, including how sleep and stress affect brain function. The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat, by Oliver Sacks, a collection of case studies from a renowned neurologist. Phantoms in the Brain, by V.S. Ramachandran, discusses the mysteries of the human brain, with engaging patient stories. Thinking, Fast and Slow, by Daniel Kahneman, a Nobel laureate's exploration of the mind's two systems, the fast and intuitive and the slow and deliberate. Why We Sleep, by Matthew Walker, discusses the science of sleep and its impact on our brains. The Telomere Effect, by Elizabeth Blackburn and Alyssa Epple, looks at how our cells age and how we can slow the process. Spark, The Revolutionary New Science of Exercise and the Brain, by John J. Ratey, examines how physical activity boosts brain function. Grit, by Angela Duckworth, explores the power of passion and perseverance. The Organized Mind, by Daniel Levitin, offers strategies for overcoming information overload. Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, by Carol S. Dweck, discusses how our beliefs about our abilities impact our behavior. Blink, The Power of Thinking Without Thinking, by Malcolm Gladwell, investigates the subconscious processes that drive our decisions. The Happiness Hypothesis, by Jonathan Haidt, finds modern truth in ancient wisdom. Flow, The Psychology of Optimal Experience, by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, describes how deep enjoyment in activities can lead to a fulfilling life. Moonwalking with Einstein, by Joshua Foer, recounts the journey of improving memory through mnemonic techniques. How We Learn, by Benedict Carey, reveals unconventional approaches to learning and retaining information. The Power of Habit, by Charles Duhigg, explains why habits exist and how they can be changed. The Marshmallow Test, by Walter Mischel, investigates self-control and how it affects our lives. Incognito, The Secret Lives of the Brain, by David Eagleman, delves into the subconscious workings of the brain. Hallucinations, by Oliver Sacks, explores the fascinating realm of hallucinations in our brains. Musicophilia, Tales of Music and the Brain, by Oliver Sacks, analyzes the relationship between music and neurological conditions. The Female Brain, by Luann Brizendini, discusses the neurology of the female brain throughout various stages of life. The Male Brain, by Luann Brizendini, a counterpart to The Female Brain, focusing on the male brain. This Is Your Brain on Music, by Daniel J. Levitin, explores the neuroscience of music. Brainmaker, by David Perlmutter, looks at the gut-brain connection and its impact on overall health. The End of Mental Illness, by Daniel G. Amen, outlines ways to prevent and treat mental issues. Change Your Brain, Change Your Life, by Daniel G. Amen, provides insights into improving your brain to improve your life. My Stroke of Insight, by Jill Bolt Taylor, a neuroscientist's personal journey of recovery from a stroke. The Noonday Demon and Atlas of Depression, by Andrew Solomon, a deeply personal and comprehensive book on depression. Outliers, The Story of Success, by Malcolm Gladwell, investigates what makes high achievers different. Emotional Intelligence, by Daniel Goleman, argues that emotional intelligence can be as important as IQ. Anxious, by Joseph Ledoux, explores the science of anxiety and how our brain is involved. The Ghost in My Brain, by Clark Elliott, a tale of recovering from a traumatic brain injury. The Psychopath Inside, by James Fallon, a neuroscientist's personal journey exploring his own brain and psychopathy. Brain on Fire, My Month of Madness, by Susanna Cahalan, a memoir of battling a rare brain disease. Grain Brain, by David Perlmutter, discusses how grains can affect brain health. The Brain's Way of Healing, by Norman Doidge, stories of recovery and the brain's ability to heal. Neurotribes, by Steve Silberman, offers a broader look at autism and neurodiversity. The Better Brain, by Bonnie Kaplan and Julia Ruckledge, How Diet and Nutrition Influence Mental Health. How the Mind Works, by Steven Pinker, explores human nature and cognitive sciences. Stumbling on Happiness, by Daniel Gilbert, examines the nature of happiness. The Tale of the Dueling Neurosurgeons by Sam Keene. Tales from the History of Brain Science. Mind Over Mood by Dennis Greenberger and Christine A. Podesky. A Guide to Cognitive Behavioral Techniques. Predictably Irrational by Dan Ariely. Explains the hidden forces that shape our decisions. The Lucifer Effect by Philip Zimbardo. Investigates how good people turn evil. The Age of Insight by Eric Kandel. Links art, mind, and brain in the context of Vienna 1900. Super Brain by Deepak Chopra and Rudolf E. Tanzi. Unleashing the explosive power of your mind to maximize health, happiness, and spiritual well-being. The Forgetting by David Schenk. Alzheimer's Portrait of an Epidemic. The Emotional Life of Your Brain by Richard J. Davidson. How its unique patterns affect the way you think, feel, and live. Descartes' Error by Antonio Damasio. Emotion, Reason, and the Human Brain. The Shallows: What the Internet is Doing to Our Brains by Nicholas Carr. Examines the effects of the Internet on our cognitive processes. The Art of Changing the Brain by James E. Zuhl. Explores educational strategies informed by neuroscience. The Eureka Factor by John Kunios and Mark Beeman. A look at the neuroscience of insight and creativity. The Mind's Eye by Oliver Sacks. Discusses how we perceive the world visually and what happens when that process is disrupted. Mind Hacking by John Hargrave. Techniques for reprogramming your mind to improve mental habits. The Brain Fog Fix by Mike Dow. Reclaiming Focus, Memory, and Joy in Just 3 Weeks. The Idiot Brain by Dean Burnett. A humorous yet educational look at the imperfections of the human brain. Your Brain at Work by David Rock. Strategies for overcoming distraction. Regaining Focus and Working Smarter All Day Long. The Telltale Brain by V. S. Ramachandran. A neuroscientist's quest for what makes us human. A Whole New Mind by Daniel H. Pink. Why Right-Brainers Will Rule the Future. Mind to Matter by Dawson Church. The Astonishing Science of How Your Brain Creates Material Reality. The Brain: The Story of You by David Eagleman. An exploration of how the brain perceives the world. Neurofitness by Dr. Rahul Jandial. A Brain Surgeon's Secrets to Boost Performance and Unleash Creativity. The Source by Tara Swart. The Secrets of the Brain and Its Potential Unlocked. The Master and His Emissary by Ian McGilchrist. The Divided Brain and the Making of the Western World. Touching a Nerve: The Self as Brain by Patricia Churchland. Exploring the relationship between the brain and our personal identity. The Leading Brain by Frederica Fabricius and Hans W. Hageman. Powerful Science-Based Strategies for Achieving Peak Performance. The Ravenous Brain by Daniel Bohr. How the New Science of Consciousness Explains Our Insatiable Search for Meaning. Subliminal: How Your Unconscious Mind Rules Your Behavior by Leonard Mlodinow. The Influence of Our Subconscious. Behave: The Biology of Humans at Our Best and Worst by Robert M. Sapolsky. A comprehensive look at human behavior through the lens of biology. Rewire Your Brain by John B. Arden. Think Your Way to a Better Life. The Fear Factor by Abigail Marsh. How One Emotion Connects Altruists, Psychopaths, and Everyone in Between. The Brain Defense by Kevin Davis. Exploring the intersection of neuroscience and the law. Consciousness and the Brain by Stanislas Dehaene. Deciphering how the brain codes our thoughts. Brainstorm: The Flaws in the Science of Sex Differences by Rebecca M. Jordan Young. A Critical Analysis of Gender Difference Research. The Hour Between Dog and Wolf by John Coates. Risk-Taking, Gut Feelings, and the Biology of Boom and Bust. Cognitive Gadgets: The Cultural Evolution of Thinking by Cecilia Hayes. How Cultural Processes Shape Our Brains. The Emotional Brain by Joseph Ledoux. The Mysterious Underpinnings of Emotional Life. Inventing Ourselves: The Secret Life of the Teenage Brain by Sarah Jane Blakemore. Understanding the Development of the Adolescent Brain. The Brain That Changes Itself by Norman Doidge. The Plasticity of the Brain and Our Ability to Adapt and Recover. Soft Wired by Dr. Michael Merzenich. How the New Science of Brain Plasticity can Change Your Life. The Pleasure Shock by Lone Frank. The Rise of Deep Brain Stimulation and Its Complicated History. The Private Life of the Brain by Susan Greenfield. Emotions, Consciousness, and the Secret Life of the Brain. Best Kept Secret: The Clitoris, by Rebecca Coffey. Exploring the Neuroscience of Pleasure and Gender Differences. The Secret Life of the Mind, by Mariano Sigman. A journey into the depths of how we think, feel, and decide. Keep Your Brain Alive, by Lawrence Katz and Manning. Rubin 83 Neurobic Exercises to Help Prevent Memory Loss and Increase Mental Fitness. The Learning Brain, by Torkel Klingberg. Memory and the Brain's Ability to Learn New Information. Wired for Story, by Lisa Cron, The Writer's Guide to Using Brain Science to Hook Readers from the Very First Sentence. Smart Change, by Art Markman, 5 Tools to Create New and Sustainable Habits in Yourself and Others. Meet Your Happy Chemicals, by Loretta Graziano Bruning, Do.